Random markets and hardcore truths with a special contrast, cause it's the Illegal Opinions Podcast.
Hey, you guys. Welcome to Illegal Opinions. This is me, Marcus, your friendly neighborhood podcaster, with my main man, 100 grand.
Sam, you get
Sam
on
Ridley.
my
What the fuck?
last
I'm the main man.
nerve.
All right now. Come with an open mind or leave mad. The choice is actually ours. How you leave this motherfucker. Okay? We tell you how to feel. How about that?
I ain't never letting you do this shit again.
We tell you how to feel. You feel that? Do you feel me? You feel that? That's what you tell them. You feel that shit, girl?
It's like the streets. You gotta taste that shit, feel that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You feel that? You feel it?
I'm gonna start getting bras in the bed like that. Like, this is your training day.
This is your training day.
Like,
you like to get butt naked.
You don't suck dick good? Learn that shit, man. Learn that shit. This shit get you killed out here. You do that shit wrong, get you killed out here. You can do that. You won't let me read my papers, so you suck my dick. How about you? That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, hey, and they don't be letting you do shit in your house, goddamn.
Why is it? This is another thing about living alone, right? Why is it that people don't want nothing from you until you get in the bathroom?
I feel like that's the kids though. Like, as soon as pee start leaving your body, the kids need to ask you every question on the planet. I don't know why that is. I'll be sitting with my son watching. I'm gonna go use a bathroom, and I'll hear their feet running towards the bathroom. I'm like, is my pee like a signal for you?
Like yes, I need to know all the knowledge. What's the meaning of life
right now?
Hold on,
and I only need to know while you turtling. Like, that's the only time I need to know. It's wild.
As soon as you know, my dick is out, and now you want to know the meaning of life.
What we doing? I'm gonna throw a doodle ball at one of them niggas next time. They come knock on the door. I'm just gonna open it up, yeet, and just throw one and just keep shitting. Like, leave me alone.
Just straight go that chimpanzee mode.
They not gonna come back. They not gonna come back.
I just never understood that, man. I mean, back when I did live with somebody, I'm sitting on the sofa, and she's sitting where she's sitting. Everybody minding their business, and been there for like 2-3 hours, just not even talking, which is great, by the way.
Nothing. Yes.
Nothing better, right?
You know, hold up. Before you keep going, ladies, I need y'all to understand that about relationships. Being able to enjoy each other's silence is one of the most amazing and beautiful feelings. Yeah. And that's not on some, I'm a man and I'm telling y'all to shut up type of shit. I want y'all to enjoy me shutting the hell up too. Like, when you can just be with a female, when you can just be with a dude and y'all just chilling, you look at each other every now and then, like, I like this motherfucker. We still just doing our shit.
Exactly.
That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And for
100%.
real, it should let y'all know it's a red flag that you're with somebody that you constantly got to talk to.
Well, you're just trying to fill every void of silence with sound because you feel like maybe he's forgetting that I'm here. Let me occupy this space. No, we know you there. You don't gotta say you ain't gotta say a damn thing.
It's an insecurity, right?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it has to be something because you open up the floor, breaking the silence to talk about nothing.
Nothing. I hate small talk. I really do. It
makes my palms sweat.
I didn't realize I hated it. And then you'll meet somebody that doesn't do anything but small talk. Normally it's somebody at your job.
Yeah.
Everybody got that person that needs to talk about the weather and shit. I can't stand it. But once you find somebody that you can just be around, like literally just be, it's a beautiful thing. I'm sorry.
No. Let me show you. Let me show you what love sounds like. Listen, ladies, this is what love sounds like. Just like that.
That's it. That's all it is. It was beautiful.
Ooh wee, man. I just fell in love with you all over again, man. Like, just sitting in that silence together.
That's all it take right there.
That's all it take, man. God damn.
Y'all might fuck around and get a ring if you shut up.
Just don't say the wrong. That's one of the things about the 48 Laws of Power talks about that. The 48 Laws of Power talks about the power of silence. And there's a whole fucking chapter. I'm not gonna go through it all, but it's about not saying too much. Because when you say too much, you might fuck around and end up negotiating against yourself, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I know everybody has heard that whole, that the loudest person in the room is usually the stupidest person in the room. The sayings that, I would rather sit in silence and be thought a genius than start speaking and remove all doubt.
Right. For
All of
sure.
those types of sayings are there for a reason.
Yeah.
You can hear somebody talk to the point that you start thinking to yourself, oh, he really don't know what he talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard somebody be like, I know everything about this. I done met everybody in the industry. I saw Will Smith fucking in a broom closet. And then after they talk enough, you realize they full of shit and they could have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you could have just not done that. I mean, no, this is not just for ladies, it's for men too, because we've all heard about the men that have talked themselves out of some ass. Like, I was gonna fuck him.
And he kept
but he kept talking. And I found out, like, if I would have happened to mistakenly procreate with this motherfucker, do I want to live with that? Nah, I'm not gonna deal with it.
Have you ever done that? Where you, like, after the fact, you was like, I was talking way too much. I could have got that ass.
Oh yeah, gotten drunk and was just drunk and just talking.
Yeah, blabbing, just going on.
Happy talking. And before I knew it, driving home or riding home with whoever I was with out there, whatever, it's like, dang, I could have got some. Oh man,
it would have been on. I was just talking too much.
She was ready to go, and I kept talking about the band. I was just talking about this band, and she was ready to go half an hour before that.
Yeah, man.
Damn, that's about getting. It's always getting older. You live and you learn.
Yeah, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. Last week, we was talking on the pod. I told you I had a show the next day.
Yes,
man. I gotta tell you, when they talk about that nervous, I got a shit energy. I had that the whole way to the show. I was freaking out. I was like, damn, I haven't done a live show but one time in all of COVID, and everything else has been Zoom shows and the podcast. And some were like, I remember I hit up some of my comedy friends, and it was like, man, I listen to you every week, and you still exercising that muscle. And I was like, it's a different animal. Like, that's my boy, and we just having a back and forth the way that we normally do. It's not me on stage. So I was scared to death. I was like, I'm gonna get there. I'm not gonna have this shit no more. 3 minutes in, it was like WandaVision. She's like, I am Vision. And it all came back real fast. And then I just went. And this too, I get there, and I didn't know he wanted me to headline.
Oh shit!
Right?
You left that part out. Right?
Nah, I didn't know, because the flyers usually follow me. I put the flyers up. It just said, these comics will be there and more. So I was like, I'm doing a spot. I'm not the guy that when somebody asks me to do a spot, if it's not like a comedy club or a casino, I don't go, how much time am I doing? I just go. I got some time. I can go do it. So I get there, and he was like, you mind going up last? And for y'all comics out there, y'all need to understand, going last is not the same as headlining.
Explain it. What's the difference?
Okay, they just want you to close the show. If you're the headliner, normally that means you have a draw. And when I got there, he let me know, just so you know, like, we sold out tonight, but you posted the flyers and advertised, you have more people here than everybody else.
Nice.
That were coming in asking if I was closing the show. So he was like, can you close the show? And I was like, all right, I can close the show. But he didn't tell me that before he told me this. He was like, I was like, what you want me to do? Like 10, 15? He was like, oh, no, go ahead. 30, 35, 40, whatever you want to do.
Go ahead, 30, 35, 40. Like, wait, nigga, we can't.
I was like, wait, right. I was like, hold the hell on. Like, because no shit. Like, I know I can do 45. I've done an hour, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I didn't.
Was you mentally prepared for that? Right.
I wasn't mentally prepared for it until I started talking, and then every punchline, every joke I thought I forgot, it went. But let me tell y'all something about COVID-19 right now. I'm aware, ladies and gentlemen, that there's a vaccine out there. I'm aware that I have gotten the vaccine, both shots. Okay. These people don't give a fuck no more, dog. It's scary. At all. It's scary. We pulled up. I got my mask on. I got my glasses. I got my hat on. I'm like, all right, they just gonna have to fog up. and I get in front of the plate. I'm not gonna say where it was at, just in case this turns into a thing. But I get there, look in the window from outside. It's packed like a dick in there, and that whatever that phrase means. I don't know how. Why does a dick
I don't
get
know.
packed? I don't know.
I
That's
don't
a
know.
phrase.
I don't know what that means. Maybe
Okay.
it means in jeans.
Yeah. Okay. It's packed like a dick in jeans or something.
In
Okay.
some jeans.
Right. It's packed in that bitch. I was like, there's no social distancing going on at goddamn it all in here. On top of that, at the window that I can see through, they got a sandwich buffet.
No.
Dog, people was making their own sandwiches. Everybody grabbing the sauce. Everybody grabbing the olive oil. Like, sandwich buffet catered. Everybody just doing it. I was like, they don't give a fuck. They don't give a damn.
I've never seen a sandwich buffet, but
I never have either. It was like if Jersey Mike's just took all the glass out and was like, fuck it, do you.
Do your own shit.
Do your own shit. That's what it was, dog. Mike's way, cool, go for it. God damn it. Touch the bread you don't want. Why not?
Put it back.
The booker saw me. He came outside and he was like, hey man, how you doing? I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna be doing after this shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
And he saw that I was looking in the room and he started laughing. He was like, I know, man. They sold all the way out. Like, they sold all the way out. So that's a good sign. I was like, that is a good sign. He was like, so your pay is going to be good. I got you. I was like, I wasn't even worried about that because Travis Tapleshay is the booker. I love him to death. I'd do anything for him. He'd help me out in a lot in this game. And I was like, so they don't give a fuck about the world, huh?
At all. Yeah.
Like,
watch it burn.
He was like, nah, man, you know how it is around here. But I mean, everybody I talked to a lot of them, and they're like, well, I didn't think about this. Every restaurant you go in, what do they say? You can, after you sit down, you can take your mask off. They're all seated.
I guess rules is rules.
That's the rule. So in a way, I was like, they're not really breaking any rules. And then if they're in their own party, they're still not breaking any rules. So it was like that. But it was great. I did my thing. I got to see the evolution of other comics that's been doing this pandemic thing. They immediately asked me to come back. It was great. So yeah, I can't be mad.
So did you see anyone that you've seen do let's say a Zoom show out there on the stage, and
no.
how do you think they okay,
not at this show. What I did see, there was a female there doing comedy. I'd never met her before. And before she went up, they had her going up first. Okay. I'd never met her before. Pretty girl. And I passed her because I had to pass her to go back to where the comics was at. And I was like, hey, have a good show. You know what I'm saying? She like looked me up and down, hit me with the, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. You know, I wasn't saying you was going to have a rough time. I was like, good luck. Have a good show. And it bothered the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what the fuck is up with this chick? I hadn't spoke to her before. Didn't know who she was. She don't know who I am. And I don't remember her name. I'm not intentionally not saying it. So I went back there and I told the booker, I was like, man, she like iced me. And he was like, oh, don't worry. This is my first and last time booking her.
Relationships, man.
And
how you treat people.
It was simple as that, dog. Like, y'all got to understand when I'm talking, y'all that hear me, y'all have heard me on previous podcasts say, I haven't made it yet. I'm not Kevin Hart. I'm not Chappelle. I'm not one of those guys. Am I doing pretty good? Yes. But the microtransactions and conversation that you have with people tells them everything they need to know about you. And they might not call you for just that. And before I even could tell him that she was being a bitch, he was like, you have no idea how prima donna she's acting towards me. And I've never seen her before. Before she even came here, she was like, well, how much time am I doing? Like, how many people are going to be there? Like, is there going to be a chair for me? Shit like that. A chair. You're nobody. You don't have a rider. Come to the fucking show and do your time. She ends her set, and all through her set, telling everybody her OnlyFans page.
No comment.
You have one, and I want to hear it. Give him the passion of the Marcus.
I don't have. It's just man. People making their money in a lot of different ways.
That felt like a disclaimer that was in your brain.
Yeah.
It was like, People make a lot of money in a lot of ways.
Yeah, people make their money a lot of different ways nowadays, but I feel like if you want to be taken seriously, leave that shit at home. It's kind of like when you see just when you see people that worked in the adult industry, and then so and so wants to be a comedian now. You're like, okay, I can never see you as a comedian for real because you are pretending to me to be a comedian, and maybe you're doing these shows to get people to go. Maybe you don't care about this transaction on this stage. You care about the transaction you're gonna get when these people going to your OnlyFans page. And now,
Exactly.
if I'm a comedian and if I take this shit seriously, and I'm a fucking professional, I need you to get the fuck out of here because the space I'm trying to occupy with these other people that take this shit seriously does not include you.
Exactly.
You go sell your ass somewhere else.
You got to prove yourself as a comedian to me if you're coming from porn. And look, this is one of them organic tangents y'all said y'all loved on the last pod. Marcus was pissed we was talking about Godzilla long. That's the main shit y'all talked about in the comments. But no, this is my thing with her shouting out her OnlyFans. After I finished, I killed. I don't say that much. I'll say I did well. I fucking murdered for being back after a year. I immediately was like, y'all can hear me every week with my partner Marcus on the Legal Opinions podcast. Why the fuck don't you shout out what you did, right?
Yes.
She didn't do that. When she left before the show ended because she didn't want to see nobody. So after you're a bitch to me and the booker and half the people in the audience,
right,
they were looking at her like, ain't nobody fucking paying to see you naked now. Like you, but okay, y'all gotta understand this. And I mentioned this last pod on like some extra shit. There were chicks that I followed on Facebook. Remember, I was on Instagram rather, that I liked until I heard them talk. I heard her talk. Now I don't even want to fucking see you naked because I hate your personality.
Yeah.
So it was like, dog, you can get the fuck up out of here. We ended up getting like, I don't know, at least 10, 20 follows after we ended that show. And it was because they liked me. And then after the show, I went up to those tables and talked to them. Mainly because I wanted to find out why the fuck they didn't care about masks. But we got those follows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the thing about that is it's you go on there, you do your set.
Right.
And if you want to hear more of this type of shit, come follow the podcast.
It still goes with what I'm talking about.
It's still the same, the same line of thought. Okay, this is comedy over here. Come and hear me do some more of this shit with another motherfucker every week, and we get and it's a longer conversation.
Yeah,
it's more content.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go up here and do a set that isn't good, and then after that, I'm gonna say, well, if you ain't like this shit. Come check out my OnlyFans.
Right.
Like it's not the same. It's not on the same planet. It's not on the same planet.
Nowhere near. I wanna clarify this just for the comics that listen. It's like, oh, here this nigga goes saying he killed. Here's how I define that. Because every comic think they did well. That's why I felt like let me backtrack on that. When the bar staff and the wait staff and the owner come out of their offices, they stop serving drinks because they're watching you perform. To me, you're doing something. Because staff at a place that does comedy sees comedy all the time.
Right.
So if you come in with some basic shit, they don't really care. They serving their drinks trying to get their money. And the owner had to tell a couple of them, hey, go get that ticket. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's a compliment to me. So
move your feet. Move your feet.
And I've heard comics say that that's how they gauge it. Shout out to Corday Snell in the group. He's a comic. He's doing his thing. He's working. He's an educator. So all the shout outs, goddammit, because fuck them kids. So yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show, to say the least.
Oh, and this is for everyone that's what you saying that wants to do stand up right now, that wants to go out there and give it a go. This might be a good time if you're interested to go and do it, because there might be a lot of people that are still waiting. Because some comics do have that, I guess, the bandwidth to wait until things are open to go and start getting their shit off. So if you're new, you might find a stage that you can get on that isn't so packed. You might get more time than normal.
That's true.
It's a thought. I don't know. So if you're into it and the shit's open where you are, go after it. Not to see it, because I know a lot of people hit you about, how do I do this? How do I start? Where do I start? Or whatever. So what better time to start than, shit, man. If 2020 ain't give you no get up and go, nothing will.
Real talk. Marcus doesn't do stand up, and I think I told you should try it a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you was like, I don't think it's my bag. I'm the writer behind the scenes type of cat, whatever. But he's absolutely right. Open mics aren't as packed as they will be when comedy starts back up. And maybe you'll get seen by somebody that's thirsty for entertainment. So definitely go and do it. Avid listener of the pod, alias Storm. I know your mama didn't name you that shit. You better go do comedy in the next 6 months, or don't fucking tell me you want to try this shit again. I'm gonna tell you right now, go try that shit. But I appreciate you listening.
And we know you're gonna hear this, so you can't say you didn't.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be right in the goddamn Uber. Goddamn it. So yeah, man. But for real, y'all, if you want to try it, just go do it. That's the only way that you're gonna get out there and try the shit. But yeah.
All right.
Enough about that.
Let's do it. 21 in. What you want to get to?
Let's talk about some movies, bro.
All right.
A listener mentioned that we haven't talked about music in a while. We'll get to that another day.
Ooh, man, I heard some music over it.
All right, we'll get to that another day because we ain't. I want to prep that one because I got something for it. I'm gonna tell you.
All right.
So, I don't even want to have a long conversation about this one, but I watched Tom and Jerry, and it was a movie.
Okay,
so that was it. That's all I got for it.
It's a cartoon, a mouse bullying a cat. So
it was the shittiest movie I've seen in a long time.
Did those ever work? I mean, I think the only one that almost worked that comes with the cartoon being blended into reality is Who Framed Roger
Rabbit. Okay.
And Cool World, which it wasn't as good as that.
I wanted to give that cool cartoon bitch some dick so bad.
What?
She was riding Brad Pitt.
Yes,
I was like,
oh my God.
Man, I was like, I bet that pussy so inky. Ooh, I bet it's inky. Like
it's yes. That was different.
Cool World. I don't even remember the plot of Cool World.
I know he was a detective. She was bad, and it was something about. It was kind of like it was the same plot as Who Framed Roger Rabbit. It was the same.
it was an R-rated Roger Rabbit. Okay,
yes, that's what it was. It was Roger Rabbit, but with fucking. That's all it was.
He was her private dick. I got it. I just figured that out.
Yeah,
30 years later. 30 years later,
man.
Tom and Jerry. This is what pissed me. Well, one, they become sideline characters in their own movie. They're not the main attraction of this film. Did you see it?
No.
Okay, I didn't think you did. I watched. My son wanted to see it. They become sideline characters. They're supposed to be the main attraction if the movie is called Tom and Jerry, and they take a sideline to the plot that isn't what we came to see. On top of that, there's other cartoon characters in the movie. You ever seen an old Tom and Jerry cartoon?
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry chase each other. They be trying to kill each other the whole goddamn episode or whatever you're watching, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
All the other cartoon animals that are around them can talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, how come ain't nobody concerned that these two deaf mute motherfuckers is running around trying to stab each other to death?
Goddamn baseball bats with nails and shit in them. Like,
got your bat and getting beat them out. Like, the whole thing is like they're cool with it. It's weird, but it's a bad movie. That's probably the worst movie I've seen in the last 6 months. Easily, very easily.
I mean, it's what makes homegirl? What's her name? Hermione.
Hermione?
Yeah, wasn't she in that shit? Was Hermione? No, it wasn't her.
Oh my God, no, that is not Emily Watson.
It was the chick from the
Zombieland, bruh.
Zombieland. Yeah. Same girl.
It was Emily.
Same girl. Whatever.
It's not like they don't look nothing alike.
What makes people want to go do like once you how much talking does it take for you to take that script? Because you have to read it and you have to know that this is gonna be bad. Right.
Okay, but I think about the world we're in right now. Like we're watching movies at home that would have been the movie for the weekend this weekend, honestly.
Tom and Jerry?
It would have been Tom and Jerry against Coming to America because they both came out the same weekend. At the box office in the theaters. We'll talk about Coming to America. But it's two different demographics is what I mean. So the people that want to take their kids to see a movie, go see Tom and Jerry. And the people that want to go see the nostalgia kick, go to Coming to America. So for this movie, Tom and Jerry, I'm talking about, it was a family romp, but you're not an actor. You haven't done the auditions and shit like that. I pray you move to LA and just for the experience of it, go to an audition. Your actor that's been in Zombieland 2, and I think she's been in some other stuff, but those are her two main ones. So obviously she's got a Hollywood agent. She's in the building. Let's say you're her in her position. Your agent calls you, Marcus, bro, my man,
Bubby.
100 grand. Yeah, Bubby. I'm your white knight.
You watched that this weekend? Tell me you watched it.
I didn't. That's just one of my favorite movies, bro.
I watched it on that shit. That was great.
Yeah.
I watched on HBO Max.
For you that aren't movie heads, we just went on a Die Hard trip there.
Die Hard
anyway,
thing, don't worry about it.
He tells you they're making a classic Tom and Jerry. This thing's gonna be big, man. This thing's gonna be big. Sight unseen on the script. You should be attached to it. However million dollars. Like, I got you.
Okay.
Tell me you wouldn't take it. Come on, bro. I'm
not taking that.
I don't know.
Let me tell you why. I never understood that. Because go ahead. Tell me why I'm full of shit.
And all bias aside, it's because you don't understand how Hollywood works.
Okay.
I don't understand it fully either. But I'm not an expert. I ain't seen fucking Will Smith fucking in a closet. What I'm saying is, you get the call, they offer you $5 million to do this movie, and it's Tom and Jerry. Like, it's one of them staples that you know, regardless of whether or not it makes money, you'll always be attached to it. That's like if Star Wars called you.
That's different.
No, it's not. See,
it is different.
This is why I'm saying that. Star Wars just made 2 questionably bad movies in The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. But it's still Star Wars. It's still Star Wars.
But they've made good movies.
But you take it because of the name, right? You'd go with it just because it's Star Wars.
Star Wars is Star Wars. Okay. Tom and Jerry is Tom and Jerry.
But it's name.
It's not a name. Tom and Jerry's not a name.
Yes, it is. What are you talking about? It's Tom and Jerry.
They make fucking ice cream or something. Ben and Jerry, Tom and Jerry, same niggas. Okay. All right.
In a waffle cone, ice cream.
If they call me, George Lucas Films calls me and says, "Hey, we want you to be in Star Wars," I'm gonna be in Star Wars, okay? Because there's more than a good chance that movie's gonna be good. And even if Sam Ridley doesn't like it, Marcus Palmer might. Because I didn't mind the last 2 ones. I'm not like, I don't know. I don't have any kind of. I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
You're talking about the fandom of Star Wars, right?
I don't have any kind of attachment to it. Like, I'm not just, okay, well, this is different than that, and I don't like the way they did this because in the first one it was like this and that and the other. No, I'm not stuck to that.
I'm one of those fans that is in the minority that liked The Last Jedi. I thought it was great. And then the Rise of Skywalker, I thought it was meh. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
They weren't bad. But anyway, it was just, you know what Star Wars is going to look like. And knowing Tom and Jerry, you know that Tom and Jerry is going to be like some cartoony shit, and you're going to throw me in as a human. And now I'm looking around at these motherfucking cats and little mice. I don't want to be part of that. And I don't understand why most people in Hollywood or wherever the fuck they live don't say no to the things that you know are going to be bad. You can say no. The only way you get me in fucking Tom and Jerry is if you tell me, okay, look, we're Paramount. I don't know who made it. I don't know, Universal made it, Paramount, whoever. We're this movie company. If you do this movie, we promise you that whenever we do the next big thing that everybody's waiting on, the next fucking whatever, you're going to be in it.
Okay.
But
that happens.
But we need your name attached to this project to make it go.
That's how we got Deadpool. If you think about it, bro, like Ryan Reynolds was told you need to be Deadpool in Wolverine Origins to get to do your Deadpool for the possibility of doing a movie that I think is one of the best comic book movies of all time. The first one.
Wolverine?
No. Nigga, no. No, nigga. I'm talking about Deadpool for
Yes,
sure.
yes, yes,
Uh,
yes, yes, yes.
But yes, so it happens. I can't say I'm gonna turn down, and I don't know how much she got paid. I was using 5 million as a figure. You're gonna
Right.
turn down $5 million to fake look at some cartoon animals?
I'm somebody I'm more worried about have more value for my reputation. I don't want to be the person that gets stuck doing the stupid fucking movies. Like I can't remember who it was. It was Will Smith saying that, he got tired of being the fucking alien guy or the sci-fi guy. He got tired of that shit. So he stopped doing those movies
Mm-hmm.
because
Okay.
he became Mr. Men in Black, Independence Day, Wild West. He's like, I don't want to. I mean, those are cool to do a couple of times, but then they talking about doing part 3 of this, and now they want to do Wild Wild West over here again in another way. He's like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do other shit.
Right.
So I'm not shitting on her. It's just not for me. Maybe one time, but damn sure won't be no fucking Tom and Jerry.
Well, that's why I used her as the example with you got
Yeah.
$5 million and you just came off of Zombieland and Zombieland 2. Those movies didn't make her a leading lady. She's not Will Smith. So it's let me do something that's honestly more high profile in a way than
Right.
Zombieland. Zombieland did great and 2 was good, but everybody knows the name of Tom and Jerry. And before this, when she popped up, I didn't know she was in it because I hadn't seen the previews for this movie. That sort of thing is intriguing to me because I can't say
Right.
I wouldn't have turned it down either. You know what I'm saying? But it's interesting you bring that up because Eddie Murphy did an interview and they asked him, he was doing an interview for Coming to America 2. And they asked him, why did you step away from doing movies for a while?
Right.
And he straight said, because I was making shitty movies.
Well, yeah.
I think that's what Will Smith was kind of saying. Like, you know what? They got me kind of typecast right now and I'm a little bit more versatile. But on top of that, I'm not the box office draw I was when I first started.
100%.
Maybe I need to kind of switch it up a little bit. Eddie did I think I checked
That's
out
why he did
around
Dolomite. That's why he did Dolomite, because he wanted to do something he wanted to do.
And Dolomite was straight, but Pluto Nash was not.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all
and
right,
Norbert wasn't trash. Norbert was fucking hilarious.
Norbert was okay for me.
Norbert's fucking funny, man.
I felt like he was trying to capture what he did in the first Coming to America.
Yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. It wasn't a bad movie. So, but shit, while we here, let's talk about Coming to America 2. Y'all that listen to us, me and Marcus, Illegal Opinions over here, y'all know we don't like to do let's talk about it first. Right. I want people to watch the shit. I want people to digest the shit. Maybe watch it a second time, because everybody has a knee-jerk reaction to these type of movies when they come out. Because I remember when it got announced, we mentioned it on this pod. And what did you say? It's gonna be trash.
It's gonna be trash.
Right. And I felt the same way. How do you feel now that you've seen it?
It's trash. I feel the same way I did before I saw it.
1 out of 5 passion markers.
1 out of 5?
1 out of 5 russets. How would you give it?
Man. 2.
2?
Yeah.
I'll give it a 3.
Okay.
I gave it a 3. That's what I got written down.
Take it away.
Why? You want to know why? Because I gave it higher than you?
No, I mean, not why, just why you gave it. Not because you gave it higher than you.
All right. Coming to America 2. For those of you that haven't seen it, this will be light spoilers, if not all spoilers, as we talk about this. It's been out a week. So if you are somebody that was waiting for this movie, you
got Amazon Prime. You've seen this shit if you want.
I know you got Amazon Prime. And if not, you got somebody else's, you bitch you. I know how y'all do. So Coming to America 2. I went in with extremely low expectations. Let's start with that. At the same time, I was like, I don't want this to be trash.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to know if you felt that.
I don't want it. Yes. I did not want the movie to be bad.
Okay. Same.
Who wants the movie to be bad? I love these people.
And I watched it with my oldest. My youngest didn't care. I was like, whatever, you too young to see these beautiful titties in America, Coming to America 1 anyway.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Those were some of the prettiest titties I'd ever seen. Popping out the water? You been underwater sucking dick? Oh my god!
They didn't even. Oh, they flipped it in this one.
Yeah, they did. They flipped it because they implied it in the first one, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, So
Yeah.
my youngest was like, I haven't seen the first one. What's going on? Because we watched the first 5 minutes of Coming to America, and he was
Right.
thinking, why didn't McDonald's sue these people? And that was when I stopped it. And I was like, oh
Okay.
shit, let's go back. Let's watch the first one. He loved the first one.
Yeah, as he should.
I'm gonna tell you some shit about that after we finish this Coming to America 2 review too. So
Confused with the twos.
yeah, I know, right? So we watched the second one. There was a point in the middle of the movie where I didn't give a fuck anymore. I didn't even want to watch the end. I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
I had to realize, and this is what I realized at about the 3/4 mark. I'm watching this movie wrong. It's not a sequel. I had to start watching it like it was a reunion show for a reality TV series. Like it was, I don't know, Flavor of Love reunion show. You know how they bring everybody back and everybody is just there and it's like, oh, remember Delicious? All right. You know, that's how I had to start watching it. It's a parody of itself. If you watch it as a sequel, it's the worst sequel that you could possibly get for a show that or a movie that you love. If you realize that they're just like, fuck it, let me give Lisa a check. Let me call and see what the Peaches twins is doing. Oh, y'all been eating? Cool. Good to see you. We got a whole buffet over here. I know y'all be down. Y'all ain't been eating no peaches. Y'all be eating fucking red meat. God damn it. When I started watching it that way, I enjoyed it. Just seeing the characters that we came up with all together.
You had to change the way, you had to change in your mind the way that you were watching the sequel to a movie.
Yes.
Into some other shit just so you could enjoy it.
Well, what I mean is, you know, that first 5 minutes I talk about, I was watching with my son, and then when we started watching it, I kept doing that Leonardo DiCaprio meme where he pointing at the screen like, oh, yo, I remember them. Yo, I remember them. All in all, it's not a good movie. Let me tell you, I'm being honest, and I have another point I want to make about this shit later. It's not a good movie. But I was entertained, if that makes sense. You ever seen a bad movie that entertained you?
I've seen a lot of bad movies that entertain me, but that I'll never go back and watch that movie again.
I won't either. And that's what I mean is I was entertained, but I don't need to see it again. I'll go back and watch Coming to America anytime it's on. Coming to America, I don't need to see again. I was entertained while I was watching it, and it was cool to see everybody. And it felt like a payday. And there were people that stood out in the movie that made me go, I really liked what you did in this movie to try and salvage it. But it's not a good movie. It's not.
Okay. All right. Enough of this shit. Okay, look. I'm tired of people saying, well, it's just nostalgic. You just got to enjoy it for what it is and let it entertain you because it's about nostalgia. They bring all these people back. I don't give a fuck about that. You made me hate all of my favorite people in one fucking movie.
God. Hate, dog?
I didn't like anybody's portrayal of whoever the fuck they were supposed to be in that movie. Nobody. Fucking Tracy Morgan and Arsenio Hall going back and forth. That shit was trash. It wasn't funny. It wasn't clever. Nothing about it. A lion fucking farting in the fucking jungle. That is not fucking funny. Okay? We supposed to go get the whiskers and he went. The lion looked over at him and he fucking yawned and went back to sleep and farted. Why is that there? That's not funny. Why did you?
You know why? I can tell you why they put that fart in. I think that was a shout out. Do you remember the fart in the first one?
No.
I think it was a callback to when Stu fell down the steps and they walked past him and he fell asleep and farted.
Okay. And farted. That's what that's for?
I think that was a callback.
Nostalgia. A nice callback. Okay,
back
fine.
to nostalgia. But anyway.
Back to nostalgia. Why did they make Wesley Snipes that fucking corny ass character?
Okay. I felt like he was a standout.
He wasn't the worst person in that movie.
No, he wasn't.
But why was he fucking strutting in every place he went like some kind of fucking clown? Like, here comes the clown. Everybody split. Then this nigga is okay. There's the performance of
You're making a point right now.
There's the performance of Wesley Snipes and his daughter and all this shit, right? Tiana Taylor, you look great, by the way.
Yes, you did. God damn.
Then why does this fucking dude start rapping? Wait, hold on. Let me do something. Let me put something on this.
That was stupid. I hated that.
Whack shit. Another thing. I saw a lot of people online saying how much they love this movie because it was so nostalgic. I'm gonna go back and watch it again. I thought it was funny. Because they like the way that black people are portrayed as not being thugs and gangsters and whatever the fuck else, and as kings and queens and princes. So here's my thing.
I hate when you take points I wrote down already, but go ahead.
Here's my thing. If you call, not you, but if people call other people Hotep for trying to for not liking something because they don't like the message behind it. Who are the people that like the shit just because these black people aren't in jail? It could be garbage, but they like it,
and they'll still like it.
They'll still say it's great because black people aren't fucking being shown in a negative light. By the way, Boys in the Hood is fucking great, by the way.
Yes.
Classic movie.
And it's a movie about trying to get out. This is why I picked you as my fucking partner. All right, y'all. I wrote down, I'm going to read exactly what I wrote down as a point to say. Movies black people aren't allowed to say they don't like. I wrote exactly that sentence down because, like I just told y'all, it is not a good movie. I was entertained because I had to start looking at it as a parody of itself.
Right.
If you try to take this shit seriously and you can honestly look me in the face and say it's a good film, you're fucking with me. You have to be, because it's not. There's nothing I can say to make that point plain. I know they shot it at Tyler Perry Studios, supporting the black man, getting everybody their money. I love the points y'all make in the posts that I've seen, like the one you said you saw just now about it doesn't portray us in jail, whatever. I saw that one. I saw the one that said, what is it that y'all is mad about? How come y'all can't understand that this is black excellence on screen? I understand why you're saying that. Why can't we do that and make a good movie too?
Make a good movie.
We just had Judas and the Black Messiah, Jamal on.
Yeah.
That's an amazing film. And I'm not saying every black film needs to be woke in that sense. You can't tell me if you watch Coming to America 1 and 2 back to back that this movie holds up as a film. And I'm not saying, when I say that, I'm not saying compare it to the first one. I'm saying as a film, I can't compare it to the first one. I absolutely cannot.
You have to take yourself into a different universe. Like, okay,
I had to take myself into
it's a separate movie. Like, this is not.
This is a whole other thing.
Number 2 does not mean sequel in this case. It just means
no. This is them getting the band back together.
Hey, wait, hold on. Why? So at the end of the movie, well, towards the end, right? He runs away with the other woman, with his fucking hairdresser. Right? He runs away with his hairdresser.
The son.
Saying, the son, the prince, right? Whatever. So, and I was also waiting on them the whole time to say that wasn't Eddie Murphy's son. That wasn't Hakeem's son. But anyway, so he takes his woman, and she's like, "Yes, let's run back to New York. Let's run back to Queens." And I had to remember in the beginning of the movie, this nigga ain't got no job.
Yeah, he ain't got no job at all.
He lived with his mom. He don't have shit. And
he inherited.
He takes her away from the kingdom in Africa and fucking drags her to fucking Queens to live with him and his fucking mom.
Well, you already know when they go back to Queens, Zamunda's gonna make sure they good. That was what it was implied there. So
is that what it was implied?
That's what was implied. Let me get to the points because I don't want to stay on this movie too long. Back to the movies black people aren't allowed to like. Marcus, you're up here. I remember in the Illegal Opinions podcast group. Shout out to y'all. If you're not in there, just type it in Facebook, join the group, make some different fucking conversations happen, please. They were movies black people aren't allowed to like, right?
Yeah. Not like. Aren't
allowed to not like. They was going in on you for the shit you said about Black Panther.
Did they? Okay, I didn't see it.
At one point. Well, okay. You famously said it's not as amazing as everybody thinks it is.
I think it's going to age badly, but it's all good.
It is going to age badly, and I agree with you there. Even though I loved it when I saw it, and I love the soundtrack. It's one of the greatest movie soundtracks I've ever heard.
Fire. The soundtrack's
fucking
fire.
Stupid. SZA. All the stars, nigga. Anyway,
Yeah.
this movie I think goes in that bucket with Black Panther, where just because of what it is,
Mhm.
they go, don't talk bad about it. I don't think it's a. I'm not saying that you shouldn't enjoy it. If you're out there and you enjoyed Coming to America too, hey, more power to you. Me and
Mhm.
Marcus's opinion shouldn't affect yours. Like we said, leave mad if you want to. Like, this is just how I felt about it. This is how Marcus felt about it. It's in that boat, man. Why is there certain movies that come out in the Black community that people act like you're not allowed to say anything bad about?
Because I feel like there's a lot of negativity, and then I guess it's kind of hard to break into Hollywood anyway for Black people. So once something comes out, we should just be happy that it's Black, and we should just be happy about that shit. But we say all the time, we big up Tyler Perry for doing what he does, but we don't fuck with his media shit. Like, we don't subscribe to Tyler Perry's movies,
Yeah.
right? Where stage plays, but we
I
great
support
job,
him all
Doc. Like,
day.
you
Do
doing
your
fucking
thing.
phenomenal. Do your thing is awesome. You slept in your fucking car for however long. You're doing great. But people just feel like there's so almost like so little to pick from, that by calling something that we don't like, by calling it garbage or saying it's not good, we're like kind of diluting it now. Like, now the work of Black people has now been kind of diminished in a way of, okay, we don't have a lot, so why are y'all shitting on the little bit that we have?
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's
I think
all I can think about.
we talked about that with Luke Cage and how it was good for what it
Until
was and then when it started going bad, people still supported it. Black Lightning. I still see people and I love y'all that post about Black Lightning every week. Nobody's really checking for that shit because it didn't start on the right foot.
right.
Well, no, I take that back. It started on the right foot and then it got lost in its own bullshit and then they tried to bring it back and I don't care anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna keep it real, keep it real. If you're gonna do
Yeah.
the arrow thing, do the arrow
Mhm.
thing. If you try and mix the two, I'm out.
I mean, but the thing is, like, I don't like the fact that, okay, you could like this shit, I don't have to like it. But when you're trying to convince me to like something, like social media tries to convince you, like, if you didn't like something, then you're wrong. Most people, and myself included, if I don't like something, I'll just say, no, it wasn't for me. But when you start trying to tell me my opinion is wrong about what I like, now I'm gonna dig my heels in, and now I'm gonna give you some shit that I like. I wasn't really dissecting this shit before that I didn't like. I just didn't like it. But now I'm gonna go through this motherfucker and burn this whole shit down.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with you feeling that way because everybody was trying to tell me how to feel about
Right.
Coming to America
Coming
before.
to America
Dog,
too.
I was like, bruh, how about I watch it first? Stop
Mhm.
telling me how I'm supposed to feel about this movie. I'm hoping I just told y'all a take that you haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you right now, I enjoyed it while I was watching it. My son even said the first one was way better.
Mm.
And then he was like, I don't need to see that one again. I'd watch the first one again. That's that. And please understand, this is a 13-year-old seeing both movies back to back. So
Mm.
fuck your 30-year nostalgia for what we know is coming to America. This is somebody that's never seen either film going, show me the 30-year-old shit again.
Right.
That was good. This was This was them making fun of themselves. That's
Had to
how it
be.
felt.
It was just a reunion show. This is
It
what
was a
we doing.
reunion
Like,
show.
I read somewhere that this wasn't even the original script. But they changed it over time to do whatever it's gonna do.
Right.
I mean,
There was no
have
Daryl. There was no Daryl and no Lisa.
there was
I
no
mean not
Samuel.
Daryl. Not I'm sorry, not Lisa. Daryl and Patrice. That was her name, Patrice. And the thing with that, I think people were saying what you should get from it if you follow the story is at the end of Coming to America 1,
Mhm.
Patrice was finna suck Daryl dick with the soul. He's gonna suck the soul glow off that nigga dick. Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
you think he had a Jerry curl on the ball hair? Anyway, so that was the end of their movie. And it was, we don't need to see them anymore. One of the first questions my son asked too was, how come the dudes in the barbershop ain't dead?
That's a part of it.
They was 30 years older than they were when they was 90 in the barbershop in the first one, damn near.
Yeah.
So he had questions about that. Here was my question. One, and this is just a short one, it cheapens the character of Randy Watson.
Yes.
It cheapens the character of Randy Watson. This is just my bullet points about the movie. I hated that. I hated the way they killed King Joffrey.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That was the stupidest shit ever. I want to be alive at my funeral, and now you got one of my favorite old school entertainers, Gladys Knight, looking fucking
Mm,
stupid, singing "Midnight Train to Zamunda."
yep.
And that type of shit was where I said they were a parody of themselves. But here's the big thing with 2021. All right, this year,
Hmm.
cancel culture is everything.
Hmm.
They're getting rid of these motherfuckers. They're sexual predators, left and right.
Yep.
Why is the plot of your new movie in
Pepe Le Pew.
2021 Pepe Le Pew? They're canceling him right now because he was aggressive towards that cat. Even though
Mm.
nobody, if you still watching Pepe Le Pew, like we got a whole nother conversation there. Why is the plot of your movie that Leslie Jones basically raped Akeem? That's the way he had a kid. He was roofied in a club.
So,
Cosby in
and
jail right the fuck now for that.
then on top of that, he called her a wild boar,
All of it. All
monkey,
of it. All of
kind
it.
of
When
wild,
people was going in calling Leslie Jones a monkey
yeah.
and all types of shit, that is dead wrong. Because when I was talking about the standouts in this movie, it was Wesley Snipes, and I enjoyed Leslie Jones being straight queens because
Hmm.
I did enjoy that whole her drinking with Lisa at the bar, and it made Lisa remember she was from Queens because Lisa
Right.
was acting real uppity
Yeah.
up
Up
to
it is.
that point. So I got that. Leslie Jones, love you, enjoyed what you did. The plot of the movie is you raping Akeem. When if I got drunk and roofied, I'm fucking peaches. I don't know who else he saw in the club.
Both of them.
The twins is coming home, goddamn.
Double mint dick for both of y'all.
It, this dick. Yep. So yeah, I don't understand how that flew. Nobody in the writers' room was like, "Hey, I don't think we can make this right now." So in 30 years, are we gonna cancel Coming to America 2 and Leslie Jones because that was her character in this movie? Because
Probably. We're not gonna do
no,
that.
we're not.
Nobody's gonna watch it. Nobody's gonna watch this again. So that's why people are gonna forget about this. Just
Yeah, man. So yeah,
over and done.
I gave it a 3. I get where y'all are coming from. Everybody that's out there listening, I know some of y'all gonna call us haters, but I hope and honestly, listening to you talk about it just now, I felt like you was being real. That's not hating. I told you
It's,
last week you was hating on Michael B. Jordan. You're not hating here.
did I?
This
What I do to him?
where I was talking, you was talking about Michael B. Jordan getting beat up in his house and he can't come back from that.
Oh
So
yeah, I remember that. My bad.
that shit
Yeah.
has happened to so many people and they came back and whooped ass. So anyway, yeah, if you liked it, that's absolutely great. I don't think you can come back and say to me or Marcus that the points we just made are wrong.
You could like
I,
it, man.
yeah,
Like
I I enjoyed it when I watched it. I'll never watch it again if I don't have to. That's how I felt. So that's where I'm
man.
at.
I even stayed through the credits because actually I cut that shit off halfway through it. I cut it off and I got up. I'm not even playing. I got to go do some other shit. I'm not watching this shit. But then I was like, okay, I gotta watch. Okay, this is gonna. We're gonna talk about this shit on the fucking podcast. So let me go back and let me go recalibrate.
Didn't it
And
take you 2
then,
days?
yeah,
Yeah, man. And please, in the comment sections on Instagram, YouTube, in the group, whatever, tell us how y'all really felt about this movie, and tell me if you think something I said was
they
wrong.
love
I
they
really
love
want
it.
to know. I really want to know, so I can tell you full of shit. Anyway,
Speaking of talking about black people and kings and queens, you finally watched that Martin stand up, huh?
yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah,
Martin, Doing Time. I think was that what it was
doing
called?
time. Yep, something like
Doing
that.
Time. I did. I finally checked it out. Martin has a special on Amazon called Doing Time. I have repeatedly told y'all Martin was my muse for wanting to
Yeah,
do comedy. And if you still want to believe that, please watch it one of his older specials and not this one, because this motherfucker ain't it. Um,
didn't do it for you.
no, well, let me tell y'all, man, I'm a student of comedy. I made a post on Facebook. I was saying doctors and comedians are the only ones that practice every time they doing their thing.
Mm,
Every other job, you got to know what you're doing.
right.
You know, doctors can practice on your body, and if they die, they just call it. You know,
Mm,
or if you die, they just call it. Comedy is art form. You're never gonna get it right all the time. And I told Marcus this yesterday, and I'll share it with y'all because he hit me up and he was like, "Did you watch the Martin stand up yet?" And a part of me didn't want to watch it,
Mm.
if I'm being honest with you right now, because I knew what it was going to be. I knew what it was
Mhm.
going to be. Martin Lawrence is a GOAT in my book. He should be in yours, in my opinion.
100%.
However, so is Robin Harris. So is George Carlin.
Mm.
So is Sam Kinison. So is Andrew Dice Clay in their respects.
Yeah.
But their comedy, all the people I just named, their comedy didn't necessarily age well, except for maybe Carlin.
Right. Carlin was still, he was still doing, yeah.
I still love listening to his stuff. I look
Mhm.
up his stuff on Spotify and listen to shit like that. Martin is one of those people that didn't necessarily evolve with the times, and his comedy is encapsulated in the Def Jam era.
Right.
So when I started watching it, let me say this before I keep going. I'd already seen the set. I hadn't seen this special,
Right.
but I went and saw him live at San Marco Casino out here, or
When was
San
that?
Manuel, about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
Year and a half. 2 years ago.
So,
Anyway,
yeah, but I feel like is that the one
it was,
you got the picture with him?
yes, it was older than that.
And
I don't
I
remember
feel like,
exactly when it was.
yeah,
It was
that was
older
like
than that.
3-4 years ago.
It might have been 3-4 years ago. But what I've learned doing comedy is when y'all are in some major city and y'all see one of y'all's favorite big name comedians, your Chris Tuckers, your Chappelles, your Martins, on tour, and they haven't been on tour in a while, they're practicing on y'all for when they tape their special.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. So I was doing his punchlines as I was watching it on Amazon. I hit Marcus up after he'd asked me, "Did you watch it?" I said, "I'm halfway through it. I'm not watching the rest."
Yes.
Right? And you was like, "Is it that bad?" And I was like, "No, it's not that bad, but it's because I've seen it before and I understand it."
Right.
So I want y'all to watch it. I do. And understand
Uh,
this. I know I'm gonna let you go. Understand this. The stuff that he was doing worked when I was there. Because it's
Right.
Martin Lawrence live. I'm watching him do his quotes from Martin, the show.
Yeah.
I'm watching him do his.
Oh yeah, I thought that was
He did,
kind of like, oh,
he did a couple of jokes off of his Talking Shit album. That was his
Yeah.
first. I had that on a cassette.
Yeah. He
He
did a
did
lot.
some
He used a lot of he reworked a lot of, not reworked, just reused, recycled, or whatever you want to
straight
call it.
reused.
Yeah. A bunch of shit.
Work from people that didn't know him before Martin.
Yeah.
And comics do that. They're like, man, nobody saw this shit, because there's a saying, nobody saw this until you did it on TV.
Right.
So the first time you saw him on TV was Def Jam and Martin, the show. So if anything he did before that he didn't put in a special, he's like, nobody saw it, so I can say it again. And old school fans of Martin knew what it was, but I was sitting there with my homeboy Terrence when we was watching this shit live, and I was like, oh, he about to go into such and such story.
Yeah.
This special's not good by today's standards.
Okay.
And that's why nobody's really talked about it. I mean,
yeah, I agree. I mean, I didn't even know it was on, again, Amazon Prime, until one day I was kind of just scrolling through that shit and it was at the top. And I said, is this new? And I go and look at it. It's like, yeah, it dropped in 2021. So as I'm watching it, I felt like it was actually made in probably 2019. Right? I think it was made in 2019 or probably early 2020. And just because of the material that he was talking about. Because I'm like, there's no way Martin is talking about this old shit in this 2021 special.
His current event stuff was old when it came out. Yeah,
it was like some old. I was like, there's no way. So it feels like it's old, and he just put it out just for just for money's sake, or maybe he just planned on putting it out, and he held off and didn't, and eventually he's like, fuck it, put it on Amazon, and we'll run it that way. I use a sports analogy. Russell Westbrook, right? Explosive player, dynamic, all over the court, speed, power, explosive, all this shit. People say, analysts, not me, say that these experts say that his game is going to age badly because of the way he plays the game. He's, darting from one place to another. He's above the rim. He's fucking snatching out rebounds and running down the court and fucking dunking all this shit, right? His game is going to age badly because those things on him are going to wear down to make him that allow him to do those things. I look at Martin the same way. Martin was a very animated comedian. all over the stage, running back and forth, doing this, doing that. It was, I mean, it was a sight to see. He fucking controlled that space, period. Every step, everything, where the mic was, where the stool was, everything. He moved it for a reason because he had something coming for that. It was just the way he operated. He controlled that environment.
He commanded the environment. Yeah.
I think now that he's older and he can't do those things anymore, he doesn't have the energy to do it, or whatever that means. I feel like that kind of, waters down his jokes. It waters down his stage presence, because okay, like somebody like Dave Chappelle is going to age great comedically. He doesn't depend on jumping around and bouncing around or whatever to make you laugh. His jokes are stories. They're things that make you think. There's a punchline at the end, or maybe not, but they're compelling nonetheless. Martin is explosive, and his animation sells the joke. But when he can't do that anymore, it's just like watching, I don't know. It's like watching somebody kind of, just like you said, age badly in the game.
And to piggyback on that, I fell in love with Martin before I saw him be that explosive person you're talking about. My sister's boyfriend, my sister is 9 years older than me, so she was allowed to do shit I couldn't. But her boyfriend had Martin Lawrence talking shit on cassette, and he knew I liked listening to comedy. He let me hear it. I had that shit in a play school fucking, remember that one that you could record on? It first came out back in the day. I was listening to that and Robin Harris on cassette. So I couldn't see Martin, but I could see Martin. Y'all feel me? I could tell where he was going. So when I saw him, it just added to the material he was doing and the jokes he was telling. You mentioned him bringing up old pop culture references, right? It's not impossible to do that and make it funny. When Chappelle did Equanimity, he was talking about times he met O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
And they were great jokes, bruh.
Yeah.
You can do it. But when we're used to seeing you do that with animation, now everybody's looking at you different. So it's a different lens.
Sure.
And I 100% admit, when I talk about comedians, I'm talking with a bias, because after you've done it and been on that stage, you never get to enjoy comedy as a patron again. I can't. So I'm watching it as a fan and as somebody going, I love you, Martin. If I saw it live, I loved it. This ain't special for you in 2021. I say that with all love. And I think that if he listened to our pod, he'd understand what I'm saying. It felt dated. The whole thing felt dated. And it felt like you were just letting them hear you say your punchlines from shows. It's the same thing I felt when I saw Chris Tucker's special. Chris Tucker was just saying his taglines from Rush Hour and from Friday.
Right.
Like he was like, I met Barack Obama, and Barack was like, what job did Tommy have? And then he got to sit on that statement for 30 seconds. I don't know if y'all realize 30 seconds on stage is 5 minutes.
That was really bad.
And then he was I looked at Barack and told him, he ain't got no job, man. Because that's something.
Smoking weed together.
Right. And then he let us know that he was lying about it. But it was, who doesn't want to hear Martin go, you ain't got no job, man? And we ain't seen a Martin episode in years. And when you're live watching him do that, it works. But watching it again as a special, it was interesting that you told me to watch this, because I knew I had seen it before. Once I realized it, I was like, let me see how this feels from watching it on TV versus me being there.
Yeah.
I was crying when I was watching him live, bruh. At the exact same material. Comedian showrunners know that the space you're in is 100% just as important as a comedian. Remember when Ray, the movie Ray, I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
And the handler was like, Ray was bombing on stage, and he was like, bring the lights down and focus just on Ray, put a spotlight on him. And it changed the whole game. Comedy is the same way. Comedy is the exact same way. And depending on the space you're in, it changes the game for what you're saying. Watching it from my TV, it didn't work. When I watched it live, that was one of the best comedy shows I'd ever seen. I'm just giving you perspective on it. I'm not trying to change your mind because it wasn't a good special watching it from where you say it wasn't. It wasn't.
No, I'm thinking about, was that the first Martin show you ever been to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole time that He was big in doing Martin. I was too young, and then I went in the military and came overseas, and Martin wasn't overseas. So yes, I got the opportunity, and I went when he was out here in Cali.
Nice.
And Melanie Camacho was opening up for him. Shout out to Melanie. She been working for fucking 30 years doing her thing.
God damn.
Like, yeah, doing her thing. So yeah, that's how I felt about that.
No, we were talking about canceled before in cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
Do you think Speedy Gonzalez is racist?
No. He didn't do shit but run fast.
But everything around him, you know,
No,
before he got to running, you know, he started chanting and shit.
If anything else was more racist, remember the little drunk one, the real slow one that would just be sitting drinking on the curb with a hat on his head?
Was his name Sleepy Gonzalez or some shit?
Something like that. He was more
Is
racist.
that racist?
Yeah. Man,
Sleepy Gonzalez. That's kind of racist.
If you dig hard enough, all of it is racist. If you think about it. Like, there's a pick and choose in that cancel culture right now, man. Pepe Le Pew. Nobody's watching Pepe Le Pew. They just canceled the Mandalorian shit because she said some dumb shit. Nobody's canceling Bugs Bunny, and one of my favorite Bugs Bunny cartoons was this real black ass dude following him with a shotgun. And he kind of disguised himself as a black dude to save himself. But watching it as a kid, I didn't understand that was racist.
Yeah.
And it wasn't explained to me, and my parents weren't watching me watch Bugs Bunny because that's a safe space, or at least it was supposed to be. I heard they're talking about canceling Miss Piggy because she was like a predator for Kermit.
I thought because it was fat shaming.
No, they didn't go there. They just because she was trying to give Kermit some pussy he didn't want for a long time.
You know what's funny is that we're talking about this, about canceling or whatever. And for you, those of you that are listening, we really don't give a fuck.
We don't.
We don't care. We're not canceling any of these people. Pepe is that nigga. Hey.
You know, look, just like we just talked about Coming to America. Ain't nobody canceling that, and she raped Akeem. Pepe Le Pew, depending on which type of conversation we're having inside of the whole men chasing women, would say he just was showing interest.
Hey, you know what I mean?
You know how women be like, hey, if you want me, earn me, pursue me, show me I'm worth your time. But when Pepe
so he wasn't rapey. He was just it was harassment.
I mean, it was definitely harassment. I'm saying that as a joke. It was harassment. Pepe was trying to fuck.
I'm just gotta like we've talked about the show Big Mouth on here, right?
Yeah.
Not maybe not on the
not
podcast,
at length, but yeah.
But where does Big Mouth fall in that? It's all
Big Mouth should be
cartoon.
It should be fucking canceled.
Because Big Mouth is wild as fuck.
Dog, on Big Mouth, and those of you that don't know what cartoon we talking about, just type it. Honestly, you don't have to type it in. It's in my mentions when you start Netflix. Hey, watch this shit. And you might see a 10-year-old female's vagina on the show.
Ain't no
remember?
Might.
No, remember? Yeah, like remember old girl was pointing the mirror at her pussy?
Yeah, and she was talking to her.
These are kids in middle school. These kids are.
Hey, he was doing a photo of shit of his balls to send to his cousin.
Dog.
Like this shit is fucking crazy. But is it not fucking hilarious?
It's hilarious, but they get away with it because it's a cartoon.
We're talking about a fucking skunk, man.
Exactly. That's my whole point.
A cartoon skunk chasing around a cartoon cat.
Think about the analogy of it though. He's literally chasing the pussy. That's all he's doing. That's all Pepe Le Pew was in a metaphor for, was chasing the pussy. That's all.
Pepe La pussy.
And don't get me wrong, I remember watching it back in the day, and after about the 5th episode I saw, I was like, this cat don't like that. The cat don't want that. And the fact that people are trying to cancel it now, I'm like, none of y'all ever like, who got a Pepe Le Pew tattoo still? Nobody's repping Pepe Le Pew in 2021. So stop it. Like, what are we canceling? We're not canceling Dr. Seuss. Because nobody's reading the 5 books that they're mentioning. I didn't know what they were.
People are like, what books are those? Like, yeah, them shits is, we ain't made them motherfuckers in a long time anyway. We still just pushing out green eggs and ham and that's about it.
Green eggs and ham. How the Grinch Stole Christmas. If you're doing anything more than that, you're doing too much.
Horton steals a hoe.
Horton here's a hoe.
Horton steals a hoe, or here's who cares?
Yeah. So yeah, fuck all that. That's that.
Moving on. What you got?
Absolutely. Let's get to our other big topic. We already at hour 10.
Yeah.
We might have to get to some of this other shit next week.
Maybe.
Let's talk about the royal family.
Oh, the royals?
Good sir.
Oh.
Yeah. Bridgerton ain't so pretty, huh?
Put them niggas back in chains. The Niggerton.
The Duke my ass. You better go get some Duke for your hair.
Oh my gosh.
Nidgerton. That's what it should have been called. Oh my god.
What's funny is I found out today that in them books there ain't no black people.
In what books?
In the Niggerton books.
There's a Bridgerton book series?
Yes. There's a Bridgerton.
I didn't know that.
There's a book series and ain't no black folks in it.
Huh. Interesting.
I learned that today.
So they added a sprinkle of black and got a blockbuster. Okay.
They added, all you gotta do is throw, black women love fairy tales. Just throw a nigga in there with some money and a peak.
Woo! They put that nigga in some Victorian clothes.
Yeah, give him a castle.
And half a lineup, and boy, that was it.
And all he does is jerk off on the bushes and you in love.
Bloody hell. Okay,
just
so
jerk off on the steps.
Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle came out with Harold, as he's known on this podcast. Is that nigga? I don't even know if that's his real shit. I know they call him Harry, but
I don't care.
Yeah, Harold. They came and did an interview on Oprah, and she confessed to Oprah, because that's where her and Michael Jackson go to tell people things, that the royal family was extremely racist towards her, and the hatred that she felt joining the royal family. Along with other things, why they left, why they fled to Canada but fled to LA, all of those things. Meghan Markle came up there and told all. The outpouring of affection for her on the internet was unparalleled. Everybody still has her back. People are still extremely intrigued with the royal family, this monarchy. I feel like I should preface all of this with, again, me and Marcus don't really give a fuck, but it's very intriguing to me.
It is very. It's interesting.
It's very intriguing for so many reasons. But Marcus, I'm gonna let you take it away first on this one, because I got thoughts.
Could this also be like the worst gender reveal in like the state of California's history, even with the fires and shit of last year?
You know,
is that what this was? Yes, is that what this was? A gender reveal, but she just wanted Oprah to do that shit.
What? Okay, explain.
All right, because they went on there to basically say what the sex of the baby was.
No, everybody knew they had a boy. What are you talking about?
She's pregnant right now.
Oh, that. Okay, never mind. I thought you were talking about the boy that the family was worried about them being too dark. I got ahead of myself.
I don't know why I give a fuck about artists.
Archie?
He gonna get his ass beat a lot. So I'm going through the whole, Meghan Markle and what's her name? Yeah, Meghan Markle and Harry thing, and I'm looking at people talk online about it, and she said the thing about not feeling protected and not and the racist thing and not feeling comfortable with them asking about the color of the baby, and people, there were the apologists out there in full force, apologizing and hating everyone that Meghan spoke about or didn't speak about, and she's gonna catch some shots in this. Meghan Markle, she's gonna catch some strays, but this ain't really about her.
It really
ain't really about her. This is about all you fucking apologists. All you fucking you know what? You should just shut the fuck up.
You could shut the fuck up.
You need to shut the fuck
up.
Shut the fuck up.
I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up. That's what I do if I don't have no army. I would fuck up. Shut the fuck up. That's right.
Ooh. Ooh.
Just shut the fuck up. We really don't give a fuck about your opinion. Number one. Number two, you're all fucking hypocrites. Okay, let's start with the fact.
You're talking about the people on the internet.
Yes.
Okay. They're the ones who should shut the fuck up.
They're the ones who need to shut the fuck up.
All right. Let's hear why.
Okay, so I feel like it was like this time last year, right? Where they were trying to get Oprah and Gail's ass the fuck out of here because of the way they were fucking trashing black people and dragging black men through the mud and basically like judging them before there was a time for them to even be judged. They were just saying they were protecting the white men and trashing black men. Every time they could find a black man, they was trashing them. Now, did I care about that? Was that on my list of things to not like Oprah about? No. But there are a lot of black women that felt that way.
Very true. I can't even dispute
Y'all
that.
was trying to get her the fuck out of here. Okay. Now let's talk about how you guys are, the press in England wasn't treating her great. They weren't treating her right. That might be true. I did see some shit about them bitching about some avocados and the way they treated Kate about the avocados and the way they treated Meghan about the avocados. Okay.
I don't think there's a might be about that, but go ahead. Go ahead.
She's not from there. If I were to go to fucking China and I meet some Chinese lady that's a part of the fucking Ming dynasty, if I go over there, the press is not going to treat me the same way that they would treat another Chinese guy. Point.
Hold on.
No. Point. Let's talk about this lady, Melania Trump. We fucking killed her because of the way she spoke, her not being from this country, being a first lady, and then her really not giving a fuck about being a first lady because it's our fucking tradition that a first lady should act a certain way. And when she didn't, she got murdered in the media all the fucking time.
I don't think that's the same.
You don't have to think it's the same. It happened.
No, I'm not saying it didn't happen. Yes, we fried Melania
all the time.
I don't think she got go back where you came from vibes. I think they're two different things. Don't get me wrong. We fried her for her difference in the way that she acted.
The way she fucking spoke, where she was fucking from.
So was she getting racism? Was she getting racism?
You're saying racism. Where do you see racism in if you could point it out to me, fine. But there, I've looked. Nigga, okay, then go ahead. Pull up an article where the newspaper said something about her being fucking black and it being a problem.
I don't think that they outright said it.
Okay,
and
no.
Hold on. Chill out.
I'm chill.
We've talked. No, you're not. This is the patent of Marcus.
I'm chill.
Real shit. And I don't care if we disagree. That's what we do. We've talked about microaggressions on this podcast.
Yeah.
I feel like she was getting a lot of that. We both heard the story when it was first coming out about Archie, where they were concerned that her baby wasn't going to be dark enough, which is weird to me because Meghan Markle light-skinned as fuck. I'm not saying she can't have a chocolate baby, but she didn't. When I look at Archie, hell, I wonder if Archie is hers.
Now,
I'm like, that baby don't even look like you.
That's true. Now, let's talk about that.
Let me finish. Get
your point off.
So, I don't think you're wrong, but I also think two things can be true in this instance. I can't deny if Meghan Markle says she felt racism being out there. She probably did. But again, like you said, it's because she's a fish out of water. I don't think that it's any different in that respect. I think that it's different from the Melania thing in the sense of she wasn't getting it outright. But we're talking about a monarch family that's only ever had white people in it on some pure blood Harry Potter shit.
Yes.
So when they see a black woman come in there, it probably does look different. Do I think that Harold got a little jaded by that and was like, fuck it? I'm not mad at him for protecting his wife and leaving. But do I think that there is some other shit going on outside of what we're hearing on the media? Absolutely. So I think there's a middle to it. I don't think it's as far left as you're saying or as far right.
Both can be true. Both can be true. But the fact that let's do the baby color thing.
Okay.
Baby color. It is irresponsible. It is fucking journalistically irresponsible for Oprah Winfrey to put that shit out, to allow fucking Meghan and Harold to say that, but then not say who the fuck said it. You can't do that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because now you've taken a fucking blowtorch to the royal family. You said that you basically said that the whole family's racist. Okay, no, except for this person. Okay, well, who said it? Okay, well, I'll never say who said it. Then why the fuck then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's gaslighting. I agree with that.
Then shut up. You too, Meghan. Shut the fuck up. Don't say that shit. And another thing about fucking privacy. You said you wanted to leave the monarchy because it was this other shit over here, and then you wanted privacy for your family. Okay, cool. Nothing wrong with that. Get your privacy. Live your life. Go move to Canada, then fucking move to LA like you intended to, because that's a nice little bait and switch for the dummy, right? So the first thing you do is have your dude go and run up into the face of the Disney fucking president to get you a fucking job with your non-acting ass. Because she tried to do a lot of fucking acting in that interview. I mean, she was struggling to get a tear out of one of those eyes, and the shit just fucking, just didn't do what she needed to do. So if you want privacy, if you care about, the health and wealth of your baby that's inside of you, why do you go and do a fucking Oprah Winfrey interview on CBS? Not only why are you doing it now? I'm not saying don't ever do it, but let this shit breathe. Have a baby, get back healthy, get some shit going, get a fucking foundation. Then go talk to Oprah, and you fucking, then when you're fucking good, you're not pregnant. Why go on there when you're pregnant? I wonder why she did that. Why she's cradling her fucking tummy the whole time when you could have gone after you had the fucking baby. There is no period on when you cannot go talk to Oprah and tell her all this shit. That's gonna happen whenever the fuck you want.
My first thought when I saw that they did an interview was, what project does she have coming out? And
nigga, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I hate that I had that thought about her. But what she made me think about was the contradictory methods that you see in Aisha Curry, where one turn it's, respect your man, don't show your man your goodies. And then we see her working out and we get a picture of her damn near naked on Instagram.
Right.
So I want to believe you, Meghan. I do. Duchess. But
I don't believe. I don't believe her. I believe 10% of what you said.
Her actions are contradicting the stuff that she's saying when we see her in these interviews, because
1000%.
I want to go to Britain, and please don't misunderstand, Harold, if you love your woman and you're doing this to protect her, regardless of whatever insecurities or issues she has mentally, I respect that you going to protect her, but you also got to shut her the fuck up when she talking about let's go talk to Oprah.
He a pussy nigga.
Well, shit.
No. Let me tell you something.
I can't fault him if he's trying to protect his woman.
If he's trying to protect his wife, no, that's not the issue. The issue is not protecting his wife.
Let me go back before you say what you say.
Well, he a pussy nigga.
Yeah, before that, let me go back. When Harold was still home, he falls in love with a woman. Let's take all of the royal family shit out of it. They meet, they enjoy each other's company, they vibe, they want to be together. Okay. Yeah. We talked about this before on the pod. You can't tell anybody anything that's in love. When you're in love with a woman, like, nobody can tell you shit. Like, it's real hard to pull somebody out of that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. Whether it's the pussy got you whipped or y'all vibe, whatever. Can't nobody tell you nothing. So if in that she was like, I feel a way about the way I'm perceived over here, I wish we could go somewhere else. And he was like, fuck it, I love you, I'm gonna do that for you. Mm-hmm. I don't fault him for doing that for his woman.
Right.
Now, after that, this is where we get to what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Her actions after that are not lining up with when they left. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Oh, pussy nigga. All right. I don't mind you doing whatever you gotta do for the, the health and wealth of your family, your wife, your kids. That's all great. That's do whatever, Not everybody is a happy wife, happy life type of dude. I'm not a happy wife, happy life type of dude. He might be one of them people. But here is where he a pussy nigga. If the first half of this interview she did on her own, and then he comes out, right? And he sits next to her and they continue the conversation. When I come out of wherever the fuck I've been, and Oprah hits me with the, so somebody in your family, said something about the color of your baby. Who did that? Who said that? He looks at her and he's like, well, I can't really, I don't want to say about that conversation about, I don't want to divulge that. It would destroy them, because you didn't already just destroy their family by just even putting that out there. But now you think, okay, me saying the name is too much, but me going just like 98% of the way is good enough. Let me tell you something, nigga. If that's me, and maybe you, and maybe I would hopefully assume most men.
Okay, and your wife said that. Like,
and your wife says that, okay, after the interview's over, and I go tuck away little fucking Troy, or whatever his little motherfucker name is.
Archie.
And it's me and Megan just kind of kicking it. The first thing I say to her is, I took you away from there because you said you wanted to get away from them. But every time there's a camera in your face, you bring up my family. And then you do this on national television in front of fucking Oprah Winfrey. That better be the last motherfucking time you bring up my fucking family.
See, that's not even what I thought you was going to say. That just went a whole nother way.
You don't talk about my fucking family no more.
I was thinking I thought you were going to say, no, I want to know who in my family is racist.
Well,
that's my first question.
He said that he had the conversation. And that's the other funny part about this shit. Because they were talking about shit on the news where her story doesn't fucking match up. Because she said that she had the conversation, or she was told about it, had the conversation when she was pregnant. He said the conversation happened when they got together. So do with that what you will. Right. But that's the fact. So we could talk about, true or false, whatever. I do believe that family would have an issue with a tinted baby running around fucking whatever it's called, Buckingham Palace. But yeah, man. I think she wants to be. She wants to be a Kardashian. She wants badly to be a Kardashian.
She wants to be in the limelight on her terms, and honestly, that's just not the way Hollywood works. Because when she was at Mad Men that she was on,
Suits.
I get them confused.
Yeah.
She had a name, and she was on her way, I think, and people knew who she was. And then you throw yourself into a whole nother bracket of fandom and fame when you join the royal family, and all fame.
She ain't know nothing about the shit.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that part at all. I don't believe that at all. So I think we're both right, in all honesty. I don't think that either of us are saying anything that isn't true.
Let's play a game.
Hard. What game we playing?
Let's play a game. All right. Let's say you are Sam Ridley.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're Sam Ridley. Successful Sam. Super successful. Let's say you own like 10 Foot Lockers or some shit. Okay. Right. So now
that's making it, I guess. All right.
Yeah. So now you meet, let's say, what's a good name? Tatiana, right? You meet a Tatiana. All right. So you meet Tatiana, and then she meets your family, you meet her family. Then all of a sudden there's friction with Tatiana and your sister, your mom and shit, right? Your family's just not happening. And she's like, I need you to, fuck that. Let's say you're having friction with her family, her brothers and sisters. Okay. So you fucking, all right, well, Tatiana, I need you to come live with me over here. Like, we need to move. Like, we gotta get the fuck away from your family and shit. Oh, okay. Well, let's go then. So now you have an issue with your family that she started, right? Now, Well, you have an issue with her family that you started. Now she can't talk to them anymore. She got to move somewhere with you. Now you've isolated her. All these things are abusive and manipulative traits. But why aren't they called manipulating when it's her doing it to him? But
because,
or is it just
no,
or is it called pussy whipped when you're
no,
when it happens to you?
I'm gonna go back to what I said, and it is because it is perceived as the man protecting the female. That's exactly what I just told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it in that light, you're right. You're right. It is. I don't fault him. I'm not backpedaling on that. I don't fault him for protecting his woman, but at the same time, there's a difference between protecting her and not realizing you might be being manipulated in a way. And when her stories don't match up with her actions,
exactly,
it's not hard for the media to see that.
And I don't know why they don't. She said, "Let's go to Canada." That's where all my friends are. They get to Canada, then they move.
I know why they don't.
Why is it?
Because the culture we're in. What did we just finish talking about? Coming to America, Akeem got raped, Pepe Le Pew's getting canceled, whatever. We stick to our catchphrases right now, right? One of our catchphrases right now is believe all women. I'm more a believe all evidence type of person.
I don't believe all of anybody.
That's what I mean. I don't believe all of anybody. I don't believe every person that says all of anything.
Yeah.
Particularly when the more you talk, we talked about that this pod, you start to add doubt in my mind about whether or not you're legit.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Meghan has done that. I can't say for sure that what she's saying didn't happen in the royal family at that castle. But you're giving off so many different vibes, it lends to these types of conversations. Right. Me and Marcus can't make this shit up. I'm not making up anything I haven't seen. He hasn't seen.
Nothing we said was nothing that was said was made up. These are all facts. These are facts.
It's all stuff that's been said. So it's hard. It's hard not to.
It's hilarious how just a year ago or 2 years ago, whenever the fuck it was, all these women were so in love with being a princess, and look at this, look at the Buckingham Palace, and she's going to be a princess of the Duchess or the Wales or whatever the fuck she's a princess of. How do you turn that corner so fucking hard?
Dog, I have
the news covers it. It's fucking insane, and now you hate these people because of an interview that she gave to somebody who you hated last year.
They became bigger than I don't think they intended to become this big of a story. I have a Funko Pop in my house that is Meghan and Harold.
No, I'm not gonna say that.
They yeah, don't. I felt like I just read your mind. Don't say that. Like I don't think they ever intended it to go there. I think they thought he was gonna leave the royal fucking family and just disappear.
Right. No.
You don't get to do that. Harold.
Did you know? Yeah, Harold. You can't do that. Did you notice how much she said protection in there? Protected, protection, protected, protection.
Yeah.
And this is just me, and I'm unfortunately gift and the curse. I'm very fucking perceptive to shit like this. That to me sounds financial.
Explain.
There was an issue about they wanted her to keep acting. They're like, you're an actress, keep acting. Because we have a finite amount of money that we could divvy out to everybody. So if you could keep acting and keep making your bread and become you will be. Imagine how big of an actress she would be right now if she was also the princess of this shit and now still acting. You get all the work in the fucking world. You'd be in Marvel and shit, right? So speaking of which, why didn't you know what? Fuck that. Fuck them niggas. Just shut the fuck up, all you apologists, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Let's close that one up.
Yeah, I'm done with them. I'm done with them motherfuckers.
I'm gonna tell you right now. You know what's gonna give validity to everything we just said? If in the next month, 2 months, 6 months, we see her with some big ass project that she's been working on some publicity shit. You know what it would come off as to me? August Alsina.
Yeah.
It would come off as I'm gonna bring this shit up because it'll make people Google me and put me up further on that list in their algorithm.
But
and then don't nobody give a shit about your Entanglement album.
At least he said what it was and who it was.
And who it was.
Yes, and who it was. The fact that I can't go home now. You have burned that bridge on national television that I can't go home because you've made me say, without saying, that my entire family's racist.
What would their divorce look like?
That might be what's next.
Think about it though. He can't go home, like you just said.
No.
That's what I mean.
That's the only way you can go home. If you get rid of this motherfucker over here, that's the only way you go home. With apologies you got it. With apologies in your pockets. Hey, I was young. Nowhere. Nah, he ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere, bro. He bones.
I think she's a like I said, man. I believe she's a master con artist. If you can't tell, I mean, all you fucking apologists and you fucking crusaders for this lady, I don't get it. I just wish you guys would shut the fuck up. Okay? You was clapping for this shit 2 years ago. You was clapping. You couldn't stop clapping for this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, the queen loves her. Oh, the family. Oh, the press is just, and now it's whatever.
If y'all don't know when a family like that is saying what they have to say because it's the right thing to do for the press, I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then, we was like, you think they're going to be happy that he marrying a black woman?
No. It's just not.
And hey, all of y'all that's listening, that's fucked up. They shouldn't feel a way if Harry fell in love with any color of person. But y'all couldn't have thought this shit was going to go well in a monarchy.
No, they knew.
All white.
They just knew.
All of them look like Voldemort. Like, no, they don't want this.
Bro, this motherfucker
they're gonna do what they have to do.
She's like, I'm not into big extravagant things. That's not my thing. I'm really just mellow and low key. Meanwhile, she invited Oprah and fucking George Clooney to her wedding. Two motherfuckers she didn't know.
Right.
Do you see? This shit is right there. Anyway.
Y'all got Marcus grabbing the mic stand. That's how passionate he is.
Like, this is dumb. Like, I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I know a fucking con when I see one. I mean, I just feel like the people that have you not been lied to before? Have you guys not have like anybody professionally lie to you in your fucking lives? It's crazy. Hey man, why isn't Black Widow on Disney Plus?
Kevin Feige, however you say his last name, has been fighting for that not to be up there for a very long time. With him being the director of all of the MCU movies, he's very protective of it. And because he makes them so much money, they're kind of like, whatever you want to do, bro.
It's not going to be that good.
I disagree with you on that. And we talked about this, so I'm not going to get into it. But I think it's going to be a good movie, but it's not going to add anything to Phase 4. So yeah, that's a movie that honestly is perfect for them to drop on Disney Plus.
That's what I mean. It's not going to be like, okay,
I don't think it's going to be a bad movie, is what I mean.
No, it's not that great of a movie as like, we can't put this shit out. This is too hot. We got to wait for theaters to open. No, put that shit on. Look, man, I would bet $1 to a donut that WandaVision is better than what Black Widow's going to be.
It might be, but this is one that I'm an MCU fan. I love everything they're doing. There's certain movies in the MCU I didn't like, but I do think that what they're doing as a whole is 100% unprecedented in the film industry.
Well, yeah, because now you're marrying the movie and the TV series.
Exactly. Like they could have somebody, like not me and you, we've been watching all of the MCU. Yeah. Somebody could go in and watch Black Widow and like it, that has never seen an MCU movie, and then be curious and go back and watch everything else. And they got a whole.
Go back and watch.
Okay. What I'm saying is, with Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody saw it and was like, I don't want to know more about these people. And they brought in a new group of fans. Same thing with anything else. Like what they're doing lends you to go see more of the stuff they've already built. That's what I'm saying.
But they put it on Disney Plus.
This is a movie they could put on Disney Plus, and I'd pay the premium to see just because it's a Marvel movie. I would. I'd pay that. Well, just like that Raya and the Last Dragon that they got right now. When they first drop it, it's like, do you want to see it like you see it in the theaters? Pay for it. I don't see that being.
Just get that shit out the way, man.
And see, you would too. So there you go. But Yeah, man.
Because
I think that they
I
should
gotta do
drop
this. That's why. That's the only reason. Otherwise, I'd wait.
it. You're like, oh, we're gonna talk about it on the pod. Sam gonna watch this
Yeah,
shit.
let me
So
watch it. Let me watch it. Shit.
let's close up with something, man. What you got? What you want to go at last? Which one?
I guess real quick. The Derek Chauvin, the jury selection. They want
Yes.
they
Okay.
want people that that will disregard the video and everything they've seen on the news over the last year and a half.
Those of you that don't know who he is the murderer of George Floyd.
Yeah.
We did an episode on that early on in our podding days, talking about this whole thing, and I think we didn't really say his name too much because fuck him.
Fuck him.
100%. I find it interesting in the wording of every article that I saw on this, bro.
Okay.
What you just said. We're looking for 12 jurors who can look past the video.
Crime.
Right. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
And what I find interesting is like this is a case that is nationwide. I don't think there's a place you can go in America that somebody
In the
doesn't know
world.
about this. In the world. Namely, though, we're talking about Americans here.
Yes.
You're not going to find somebody who doesn't know about this shit. So you didn't say, and I read this in, I think, 4 different articles. You didn't say we're looking for 4 or 12 jury members that can be non-biased.
Right.
You said you're looking for 12 that won't pay attention to the murder. That's oddly specific. That to me says you're hoping to find people that will let him off the hook. And there's no other way for me to put it.
Give him a lesser charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is wild. You know what? I take that back. It's not wild because that's what they do to white murderers in America. You let them off the hook. He doesn't deserve to find 12 people that aren't going to watch the video. If I was the lawyer on the defense of George Floyd, I wouldn't even say shit in my opening statement. I just play the video. Hey, here go that shit they wanted you to look past.
Here you go. There it is right there.
And I'd give everybody a headset so they could listen to it in surround. I want it to touch all of your senses. I want to put my hands around your throat while you watch them murder this man. Fuck y'all. You're not going to sit there and make it seem like he didn't kill George Floyd.
100%.
I wish I got a notice in the mailbox. Do you know how I would act like? I would sit there and act like, well, that's an innocent white man there. I'd
George
love to be on George.
Is it George or is it Jorge? I'm not sure. Which one is it? Is George? Okay.
Floyd? You talking about that boxing feller?
Mm-hmm.
I would act so stupid until I got in that damn jury room. And he is getting the chair if I can help it.
That nigga's guilty.
100 dog. It is wild to me the way I was reading these articles.
Death by a fucking 1,000 cuts. Get that nigga the fuck out of here as slowly as possible.
You're not going. I hate to say I feel like he's gonna get off because that's the trend that America has taught me they do with murderers in this type of situation. But all we can do is wait and see. That's all we can do.
I think that's one reason why it's being drug out the way it is because of time. They're hoping that those fires that were stoked because of him being killed on camera kind of
die down.
They die down, and that we're not as upset. Because I think there was a poll, something about like how many, like, do you still feel as upset now as you did this time last year? And it was like a poll of black people, and it says something like 68% of people don't still feel like that upset anymore because time and time
namely,
and
black
time
people
heals. and then with Trump out of office, it kind of like it's another thing that's okay. Well, everything's kind of dying down. Things are getting back to a little bit more of a normalcy, and people might be like, well, let's just we'll just put him in jail for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that and this other thing too, white people, y'all stop and take people's polls. So we already know the 68% was who. It was Chad and Thurston.
Mhm.
Okay, it was not little Devontae. So yeah, I hate what's gonna happen with this trial. I absolutely hate it, but we're gonna see.
Yeah.
We're gonna see, and I hope justice is served. And I do understand that justice doesn't mean what I want it to be, and that it
100%.
means what the court happened. But there's no other justice in this. I don't give a fuck what tape you saw. I don't give a fuck what color you are. If you're a person and you saw that and don't call it murder, I can't say anything but you're a racist.
Yeah.
Simple as
I
that.
mean, on a brighter note, Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was cleared of all charges.
Yes.
So he's free and clear, case closed. He's good to go. Unfortunately, he has to live with that PTSD of being in bed, watching his girlfriend die as the police kicked in his door.
How
that
are
is
you with
tough.
any other female you see laying next to you after that?
Yeah, man.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how protective are you? You sleeping the furthest away from the door, and I'm gonna have an AR-15 like next to my bed on some I Am Legend shit, and it's just gonna be because I've seen my woman sleeping safely and die.
I mean, how do you sleep? Like I got trouble sleeping now. You know what I mean?
Who you telling, bro?
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be rough, man. I mean, I personally, just like a lot of people I know, I'll sleep with a pistol very, very close to me.
Yeah. Same.
Just out of paranoia and growing up black.
Look, nothing even happened.
Nothing happened.
But I'm here and I'm wearing this skin all the time.
Yes,
so
yes. So I need something that got some hollow points in it, just in case shit pops off.
Right.
Jeff Bezos' wife marries a science teacher.
That nigga won.
Woo!
Dog.
What?
The dick he gave her, boy, that was fantastic.
And there's a petty factor to it because the science teacher is a teacher at their kid's school.
How do you feel if you Jeff Bezos?
I mean, you're winning, but also like every time you go to pick up your kids from school, and you know what I mean, Steve is out there with his vest on. He looking at you, waving the kids across the street like,
right,
Jeff.
Dog.
Yeah.
You know that nigga got the other half of your money.
Oh yeah, he's swimming. He's swimming like Scrooge McDick. This nigga swimming through your shit. Swimming right through your money, man. Come
Life
on,
feels
man.
like your ex's pussy. Like,
bruh, how do you run that game as a science teacher? How do you get that close to that woman? That
they was already fucking.
You probably think, you know what I mean? I think so too.
You don't get that close to a billionaire's wife unless y'all already had at least an emotional connection.
I was talking to a female friend. I'm sorry, a lady friend or whatever is okay to say.
Female's offensive now. Haven't you heard?
I was talking to a woman friend of mine, and I was laughing about that Jeff Bezos thing, and she was like, "Damn, that was fast." So to me, when a highly intelligent woman is like, "That was fast,"
yeah,
that means, yeah,
it was already happening.
He was giving her that goddamn Bunsen burner way before they got divorced.
And this is just the way I feel about people in general. I'm not gonna say just women do it, just men do it. Relationship wise, job wise, whatever you're doing, most people don't grab the next branch swinging through the jungle until they know they got something solid to grab.
Oh yeah.
You swinging through the jungle on a vine. Are you just gonna reach out for the air and hope you can reach that vine and fall on your face? No. She knew as a woman she was gonna get half of his shit. And there was already a suitor in place. I don't believe they got all the way divorced. And then she was like, shit, I got like all the money in the world. Let me go see what the science teacher talking about. I don't believe that.
$54 billion. She's the fourth richest woman in the world.
No. That teacher is. Talk about teacher salaries. He was like, I'm about to come all the way up.
They say, fuck this tenure. I'm gonna quit this shit.
Yeah. Do you think is he still gonna teach? Is he still teaching?
I don't think you can, man. You know how much I don't give a fuck you would have as a teacher if you had a woman that was that stable.
Man, fuck them kids.
Man,
if he still teaches,
all right.
hey, that's like some passion for teaching that I can't fathom, because I know most jobs keep you under their thumb for the simple fact they know you can't afford nothing else.
Right. It's kind of like the military, right? That thing about you got too much money to make you get the fuck out.
Yeah. Can you imagine? Can you imagine having $500 billion?
Yo.
And they tell you to go change a battery on a light cart?
We're not doing that. Who?
Nah.
I'll drive this bitch into the ocean.
Like, it won't even be an ocean. I'll put it in a swamp. Like,
Yeah,
just so it's more inconvenient.
I'll be there waiting on y'all to come get this bitch.
And then when I see y'all coming to get it, I'm gonna leave on my helicopter.
Yeah.
On some Batman shit.
It's a come up, man. That's gotta be the biggest come up, man. You know, Me Too might be over, man. And them guys is out here winning again. We out here shooting and scoring.
Teach too. God damn it. Like, I ain't teaching shit no more. Hey,
shooting and scoring. Are you done? I'm good. I'm
extra good.
Yeah, okay, cool. I think we got through everything that we need to get through. That was important. Pertinent.
That was this week. Yeah, pertinent. That's a good word. It's a good word.
I like that word. Pertinent, guys. Good word.
Ladies, I hope y'all are enjoying Women's History Month. Meghan Markle came and did some weird shit to it.
Kind of strange.
But hey, we still love y'all. We support all of you and your decision to not be called females and leave the monarchies. All of that. We love you. We love you this week. We're doing it backwards this week. So, you got any final words before I take us out? Marcus opened us up.
No, man. Everybody, happy Women's History Month. We missed International Women's Day. That was
we did. That was last week. Yeah.
But hey, we love you guys. I know we make a lot of fun of you, and you make a lot of fun of us.
Yeah, I do. It goes both ways.
And it's cool. It's not a problem. It's all in fun. It's all in love. And we give y'all a lot of fucking free game on here. So I don't want to hear none of y'all bullshit. All right?
Bullshit. If you don't take it, that's on you.
For sure. That's it. Sam, take it away, guy.
So, this is Legal Opinions, the podcast for people that don't like podcasts. Be safe. Show love. Peace.
I do not talk like that, nigga.
Hey, real shit. We love y'all, man. Thank you for rocking with us week to week, man. We up out of here. Peace.